Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Sterling Channel 19 presenting softball yet again. Back-to-back games here on Channel 19. Sterling Silver Knights this time taking on the Gateway Gators. Rob Strauss, Kevin Schulz, and Dan Farr bring you all the action live. Take a look at the Colonial Liberty standings. West Deptford on top, undefeated in the conference right now, 9-0, 11-1 overall. Sterling coming off of a loss, unexpected loss against Audubon yesterday. They are now 9-2 and 12-4 overall. And you see Audubon 8-2, 8-6 overall. Overbrook even at 5-5 and 6-6. Collingswood and Haddonfield round out the bottom half of the Colonial Liberty. Take a look at the flip side, Colonial Patriot. Here's a Gateway Gator standing on top there, 9-4-1 and 8-3-1 in the conference, and pretty even right in the middle there. 7 wins for 3 of those remaining 5 teams in the Colonial Patriot, and then Paulsboro and Lindenwold towards the bottom there. Take a look at the starting lineups for Gateway taking the field in the bottom half of this inning. Starting lineup catching and leading off Lexi Thomas, shortstop Nikki Obados, second baseman Kennedy Whalen, batting cleanup first baseman Melissa Palmer, Alyssa Carpo, designated player, Kristen Frias-Papa in center field, Alyssa Clayton at third base, Julia Bracken in pitching, and Sarah McKnight in right field this afternoon for the Gators. Still going to take a look at Sterling's defense. They're going to go this afternoon with Trish Quinn on the mound. Actually, it's Angel Benjamin on the mound, and Ashley Croge backing him up. Marissa Edmonds, Hannah Ochenegro at second, Marissa Nagel at short, Gabby Ochenegro at third, and then your outfielder Waylon Kriebel, and going with Bailey Adolph in right field in place of Emily Kozaneski. Take a look at Angel Benjamin's numbers, 3-0 on the season. We got a chance to see her pitch another game on Channel 19. Schulze, it's 1.53 ERA, very good pitcher to have in the rotation to back up Trish Quinn.
And 2 times we've had her on Channel 19. The first time was last year at the Eastern Tournament early on in the year, and it was on a cold morning, did very well, and then did even better this year, tossing a no-hitter for the Knights, and just really does a good job, keeps the ball around the plate, mixes things up, not overpowering, but does what she has to do.
First batter of the day for Gateway is going to be Lexi Thomas, leading off things for the Gators here at the top of the first, hitting .392 on the season, 14 runs and as many RBIs, also about a half dozen doubles. So good leadoff hitter here in Lexi Thomas. Sterling looking to bounce back off of an unexpected loss yesterday against Audubon, which puts West Deptford in the driver's seat in that half of the division. First pitch on the way from Benjamin, in there for a called strike.
But we always say the key to pitching is getting those first pitch strikes, getting ahead of the hitters.
Swung on, foul just off the line. Enough spin to go foul there. Nice presence of mind there by Marissa Edmonds to pick it up in foul territory before it may have spun back into fair territory.
Never know if it's going to hit a rock or something, so you got to hustle in and kill that thing foul.
Benjamin ahead of Thomas. Swung on, fouled out of play. Just out of the glove of Ashley Croge.
Got a piece of the umpire too, I believe.
Good pitch to hit, got it right out there over the middle of the plate.
Get Ashley in there. Coconut.
That one got away from Benjamin, 1-2 ahead of Thomas.
And that's a good waste pitch right there by Benjamin with the 0-2 count, bringing it to 1-2.
Swung on, hit into left center field, and running catch there by Whalen for the first out.
This will be right into your living room here. See how our left field camera person does. Perfect. Nice job by Kaylee.
Brings up Nikki Obodo, the shortstop. First pitch on the way, swung through and missed. Strike one. Obodo on the season.
Likes the high ones.
Yeah. No average for, no, I said looking for a bunt. It's going to go foul.
Looking at what we went through this week and a half with the field condition, I know Dan, you went through it with baseball, but the one good thing about it is you get a lot of dampness. This dirt right now is perfect. I mean, it's not that dry, hard infield. It's soft. You get true hops, and that's what you want as an infielder.
Overdose pops one up. Camping underneath it is Hannah Ochenegro. Squeezed it for the second out of the inning. 2 down.
And that was a good pitcher's pitch right there. It looks like it caught the outside part of the plate. You get the hitter reaching out. I think that first line drive probably caught a little too much of the plate. She was able to get it, but fortunately Kaylee Whalen in left field was there to make the play.
Speaking of Whalens, here's Kennedy Whalen hitting a whopping .659 on the season. Second baseman can really hit the ball. 32 RBIs to her credit, as well as a handful of home runs. Somebody that Sterling's going to definitely have to key on here in this game. The 1-0 pitch. Check swing foul, 1-1.
Watching her in pregame, we were commenting she's a left-handed thrower playing second base, and now you see a right-handed batter. It's kind of an odd combination.
Very odd combination.
But when you
Name a Hall of Famer who had that combination. I just felt like throwing a trivia question out there.
Wow, man, we're not even warmed up yet here. I haven't even stretched yet.
I know that's a very good trivia question I heard before, and you just
okay. Let me think
I got all
about
over
that
it.
one.
We'll get back to that one.
We'll get back to it.
1-2. Swung on in the dirt and a tag out for the final out of the inning. 3 up, 3 down. Good start here for Sterling as they are going to head to the plate looking to put some runs on the board.
You'll see this change up here. She's way ahead of it. And Ashley makes the tag.
And take a look at the defense for the Gators. Bracken on the mound for Gateway. Thomas at catcher. Palmer at first. Whalen just struck out there. Is at second base. Overdose at short. Clayton at third base. And then the outfield of Murtaugh, Frias Papa, and McKnight are in the outfield for the Gators. They are the 2015 Colonial Patriot Division champions. Look at the starting lineups for Sterling. Leading off at second base, Hannah Ochenegro, El Kriebel at center field. Emily Arletto, designated player, hitting third. Gab Ochenegro, cleanup hitter at third base. Marissa Nagel at short, hitting fifth. Ashley Crowe just hitting sixth. And then Waylon Edmonds and Trish Quinn round out the bottom third of the starting lineup for Sterling.
And the odd part, Dan, you were mentioning.
Take a look at Julia Bracken and some of her stats. 1-0 on the season, 12.1 innings pitched, 5 earned runs, 4 walks, and 14 strikeouts, Schulze. So she's the second pitcher on their roster. So a pair of number 2s going against each other today.
Yeah, 2 teams that, you know, Group 2 teams, and they're smaller schools, but to have 2 pitchers that you really feel that you can rely on is definitely a good thing for these 2 coaches and these 2 teams.
Hannah Ochenegro stepping into the box now to lead off the bottom of the first inning. Still no score here from Sterling High School between Sterling and Gateway. Hannah hitting .311 on the season, 18 runs scored, and 9 RBIs.
Well, right off the bat here, we're having a
discussion here down the first base line between the 2 umpires.
It's about the coaches sitting in the openings, I believe, but whatever the discrepancy has been fixed. It's been a big point of contention this year on the baseball side. They're really worried about safety.
Ochenegro hits one into center field, and making a catch well above her head is Frias Papa for the first out. I think she came in a little too, may have drifted on her a little bit at the very end. I thought she was going to overrun that.
Almost misjudged it a little bit, but she adjusted.
It's going to bring up Marissa Edmonds, the first baseman. Edmonds swings on the first pitch, same spot almost, and making a catch off the face and chest is Frias Papa for the second out. She's been busy here in 2 pitches.
Just a routine catch by the center fielder right there, off the glove.
Way to use your head.
Hits the face, yeah.
That's just the way she drew it up.
Snow coned it, but controlled it enough against her body to hold on.
Brings up Emily Arletto, looks at the first pitch.
I was hoping somebody would look at a pitch, because that was... You have a 3-pitch inning, and the very start would be an advantageous for Gateway.
Leto hitting .490 on the season as a designated player. There's the opening in the dugout, guys. And Dan, tell us a little bit about what the umpires are trying to focus on this season.
Well, I'm not really sure about if softball's doing the same thing, but this would not be allowed for the baseball on the baseball side. Again, there's a little bit of variation depending on the umpire, but they've been telling us that you cannot be in the open area at all, and especially a player. Sometimes they'll let a coach do it because if we're dumb enough to get hit, that's on us. But how they had that. We just saw Emily sitting there in the space. I know she's there as Coach Talent's protector.
Okay, that's what I thought. Much like you protect somebody warming up, I guess.
So she's sitting there with a glove on for that reason.
2-2 pitch on the way, swung on and hit into the air into right field. Getting underneath it is McKnight. She can't make the catch. And going into second base on the error is Arletto. So a two-base error for the first base runner of the game for Sterling.
Well, Coach, we always say first step up, right? When in doubt, and if you make the first step back, but if you make the first step up, that's what's going to happen. It's tough to recover, and Arletto gets the second.
That brings up the dangerous four-spot hitter in Gab Ochenegro, the third baseman. Looks at the called first strike. Ochenegro hitting .625 on the season. And look at those runs scored and RBIs numbers, Danny.
Yeah, that's not horrible.
The 0-1 pitch. Swung on, hit in the air. That's going to be a base hit into center field. Arletto's going to stop at third. And we have runners on the corner with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. There goes the no-hitter.
Just got past the second baseman there, and that's a situation where, as Arletto was rounding third, you had a center fielder coming up with momentum, and she would have had a lot behind that throw, and that was a good move holding Arletto up there.
Brings up Ashley Croge, who hit a grand slam in our last broadcast. Fouls off the first pitch, and there was no doubt about that shot the other day, Schulze. She got all of that pitch on a windy day here at Sterling.
That was the impressive thing. You thought it was going to be tough to get the ball out to right field with the wind blowing in, but she was able to do it.
Runners on the corners, 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. The 0-1 pitch on the way, in there for a called strike as Gab Ochenegro steals second.
You see it setting up way outside, and they missed their spot. I don't know whether Ashley maybe peeked to see the catcher way out there, and she was going to take it.
A check swing. Home plate umpire said that she did not go, so it's going to be 1-2. She almost went here.
And that's a good 0-2 pitch away.
Tough for the field umpire to even make a call on that. Another line
drive catch by Obidos to end the inning, and she's got a smile on her way back to the dugout. I don't know if that was a "hey, look what I found" kind of thing. That may have almost hit the runner in Ochenegro too, if that had gotten through her glove.
Yeah, a couple more inches to the right, and that's a base hit, 2-run score. Tough one there. Ashley Croge really just hit it right on the nose, but at the fielder, and Gateway dodges a bullet right there.
So no runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and they leave 2. We're going to head to the top of the second. Still no score.
Knights have come out swinging today. Very aggressive. Ashley's right here is the culmination of it, and she did look like Gab was getting ready to duck that.
And this inning kind of shaped up, was starting to shape up like that for the inning against Haddon Township, where it was the 2-out rally, and you had Croge hitting a grand slam in that game. Here with the opportunity with runners on second and third.
Look how close that was to Ochenegro.
Yeah, she would have gotten hit by that.
Absolutely.
She was just ducking. She didn't stop to let it go through. It definitely would have caught her.
She got good contact on the ball, but Obidos moving to her left, and Ochenegro was passing right behind her almost the exact same time that she caught the ball. So it's going to be Palmer, Carpo, and Frias Papa for Gateway here in the top of the second. Palmer hitting .488, 13 runs scored, 7 RBIs on the season. Hitting in the cleanup position.
Crowded in here.
Sterling looking to avenge a loss against Autobahn yesterday, Schulze, and talking to some of the players where they were kind of disappointed with their performance yesterday, for sure.
Audubon got off to a quick start. I think they got up to a 5-0 lead early on and
chased out Trish Quinn as well.
Yeah.
First pitch on the way to open up the top of the second, fouled out of play. Mr. K, watch out in the truck. Missed you by about 1.5 feet.
Well, even you look at that Haddon Township game, that game was about the big inning, and Haddon Township making some errors. They're a tough team. They're a team that keeps games close. There are teams like that that can surprise you.
Hit on the ground. Nagel firing over to Edmonds for the out. One down here in the top of the second.
Very important in ladies softball to be quick with the transfer from glove to throw, and Marissa does a nice job with that. Hits their first baseman right in the chest, which she's supposed to.
Brings up Alyssa Carpo, the designated player. 368 hitter is Carpo. Looks like it's strike one. Frias Papa waits on deck. Still no score here. Rob Strauss, Kevin Schulz, Dan Farr. Back-to-back broadcasts of softball here on Channel 19. As Carpo takes a ball high. Playoff run. We'll get to the PowerPoints momentarily, maybe in between innings. And the updated situation in the Group 2 South PowerPoints. The 1-1. High and outside, ball 2.
And that PowerPoint situation can really change over a short period of time with all the makeup games that are happening. Dan, you know, in baseball and softball.
Baseball has their work cut out for them this week. They have, I think, what do you have, 8 games in 11 days or something crazy like that?
Something nuts like that, yeah. But we've already played our 15 to count toward the PowerPoint, so we would only be changing if our opponents still had games to play. It's a very convoluted system. I really don't completely understand it, although I did look at it today. And if we were to end today, we would have a very interesting first-round game.
Okay.
Barnegat.
Yeah, we'd be facing who might be the #1 pick in the Major League Draft. So we'll see how that goes.
Carpo draws a 5-pitch walk, and that brings him Kristen Frias Papa, hitting .304 on the season. Pretty healthy numbers from Frias Papa. And Benjamin having a tough time trying to find the strike zone here. 5 of the last 6 pitches have been balls. Make it 6. Carpo stands on first base after the 1-out walk. And it's 2-0 to Frias Papa.
Good job by Benjamin, just kind of stepping back, recomposing herself.
Still can't find the strike zone. We saw this in the Haddon Township game where Ashley Croge would go out and talk to Trish Quinn, who was pitching that day. Maybe we'll see what happens in this at-bat, but we'll see if she comes out and talks to Angel Benjamin. And there's a strike to break the drought. Carpo on first base, 1 out here in the top of the second, still no score. In there for a called strike. Now the count is full at 3-2.
Good pitch at the knees, away. Or a little more plate, but we'll take it.
3-2. High and outside. That's so back-to-back walks from Benjamin. Puts runners on first and second.
Can't defend the walk. It's a simple statement, but there really is nothing else to explain it. You can't do anything about it if you're going to walk.
Put the ball in play.
Sarah McKnight. Check that. It should be Alyssa Clayton. Alyssa Clayton is your batter now, third baseman. Frias Papa on first, Carpo on second, and fouled out of play. 1-2. Take a look at this here. Just missed a really expensive piece of equipment. That makes Mr. K very nervous. Comes a 1-2 pitch from Benjamin. Again, fouled back out of play.
Let's see that one. It's probably right about the same spot. Here we go.
I think it shifted our camera to the left here a little bit.
All right, now,
just a bit outside.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
1-2 to Clayton. And a strikeout by Benjamin. A huge strikeout here with 2 runners aboard in the top of the second.
Took a little bit off of this one too. Change up, had her a little bit ahead.
Brings up Julia Bracken, the opposing pitcher. Trying to help her own cause. Ball 1 to her.
Good movement on that pitch, that last pitch by Benjamin. It really fades inside. We've seen her get a couple of weak ground balls off that where they get fisted.
Evens the count at 1-1 with a called strike. Take a look at your runner at second base. That's Alyssa Carpo. And then Kristen Frias-Papa on first base. 2 outs, top of the second. Gateway threatening. Ball high and outside. 2-1. Benjamin trying to work herself out of a jam here in the top of the second. Here comes the 2-1.
Heads
Swung
up.
on hit. Just missed Mr. Farr. Cat-like speed and reflexes. That's good work out of you.
Got here in a hurry.
Almost hit the opposing fans for Gateway behind us as well. That was...
Yeah.
Here comes the 2-2. Bounces into Ashley Croge, and now the count is full. Good thing you were paying attention there, Farr.
Hey, man.
You're a professional.
glove.
I know.
I had a glove. I was
If
right
you had a
here.
glove, you had a souvenir. There's no doubt about it.
Nice block on that last one by Ashley Croge.
That was coming
High
in a
and
little
out.
too hot, though, a little too hot to go for the bare hand on that one.
Yeah.
High and outside, third walk of the inning for Angel Benjamin, and that loads him up for Sarah McKnight, the right fielder.
It's a big batter here in the game. This is a 9-hitter. She's there for a reason.
First pitch in there for a called strike, but the bases are loaded.
Well, the one good thing about this is you got the force at any base with the ground ball.
Kick a bag. Kick a bag anywhere.
Benjamin bounces it in again, and Croge corrals it quickly and gets it both back over to Angel Benjamin, 1-1. That's Carpo on third base, representing the go-ahead run here in the top of the second. The 1-1 from Benjamin. In there for a called strike, 1-2, so Benjamin ahead of McKnight.
Very unlike Benjamin. I mean, the games we've done that she's pitched, she really hasn't had command issues that you've seen in this inning.
Swung on, hit foul out of play, still 1-2. 3 walks in the inning, a strikeout, and a ground out to short for Benjamin here in the second.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Something you're familiar hearing here in your microphones, the wind. Get a lot of that here. Hit on the ground. Ochenegro scoops it up, fires over to Edmonds for the out, and Sterling escapes a threat from the Gators here in the second.
Well, that's one. This is one of those innings where it can give Sterling momentum, because if you're Gateway, you left the runners on base, had a golden opportunity, and weren't able to take advantage of it. And Sterling's then you got out of it with no runs being scored, so you've got new life here.
Take a look at the aforementioned Group 2 PowerPoints. West Deptford sitting on top. We were saying it the other way around just 48 hours ago, where Sterling was on top. but West Deptford had a bunch of games in hand, and they're taking advantage. They are at 314 power points. Sterling going to stay put at 310 power points. Any of these that you see in yellow, they are not moving power point wise. So Audubon, that just shows to show how big that game was for both Sterling and Audubon yesterday.
Yeah, Audubon getting a big win, and again, you have the game tomorrow against West Deptford. Really can't do anything for Sterling. If anything, you can avoid Audubon or West Deptford getting some more points, but it looks right now like West Deptford is going to be the top seed. And when you look at some of the teams that people are talking about, Bune is one team that always comes up as a team that year in and year out plays in a good conference down there, a lot of good competition, and there's somebody who even as like a 4 seed or 5 seed is who you really got to look out for.
There actually could be slight movement with those points because of residuals.
Yeah,
but it won't be significant.
Substantial. Yeah.
Because you get points depending on how many wins a team has that beat you. So that number could change.
Sterling, regardless, is going to host. They're going to be a top, at worst,
have a
top
couple
4
home games
and have a home game or home field advantage for at least a majority of the Group 2 South playoffs. It's going to be Nagel, Whalen, and Adolph here in the bottom of the second for Sterling. 2-0 quickly to Marissa Nagel, the shortstop.
I just noticed Trish Quinn went back behind the dugout, assuming to warm up, so we'll see. I know they wanted to get her some rest today.
Nagel thought about the swing there, and take a look at this pitch. It's a beautiful pitch here by Bracken. That totally fooled Nagel.
Yeah, just caught the outside
Nagel
part.
laces one into center field, and it is off the fence. Frias Papa picks it up, fires into second base. They almost get Nagel sliding awkwardly into second base, but it's a leadoff double for Nagel.
A couple more feet. Look at this. Just hit the high part of the fence right there. And actually the ball got there in time. The throw was just a little bit high. A better throw would have had Nagel at second.
Brings Kaylee Whalen. Runner in scoring position as Whalen looks at strike 1. And then there's a replay there. I thought she was injured momentarily there as she kind of slid awkwardly into second base.
Yeah, but you could see that high throw, lower throw might have gotten her at second.
The 0-1 hit in the air, foul down the first baseline.
Foul, let it go!
Mr. K, I think, has a mic on the umpire, man. That was nice and clear.
I like that. Kaylee Whalen hitting .459 on the season. Hitting in the 6th spot. Hit on the ground to shortstop. Ogwados picks it up, fires over to first for the out. And that one's going to get away. And that's going to allow Nagel to score on the error.
Well, just a great fundamental job of Nagel and base running, waiting for the shortstop to make the throw, then advancing the third, forcing a throw there, and just like that, by base running, you've got your first run across.
So the error to Palmer allows Nagel to score, and Sterling's going to take a 1-0 lead. Nice scoop here by Obados, fires over to first, but the errant throw by Palmer as Nagel sliding into third allows Sterling to take the lead 1-0. Brings up Bailey Adolph, who looks at ball 1.
And that throw to third, you have to get it there if you're going to try, because obviously you have no backup. The left fielder can't get over here in time. It's not like you have a pitcher over there backing up.
Adolph hits one in the air to center field. Camping underneath it is Frias Papa. She makes the one-handed catch for the second out.
Better use 2 hands on a windy day like today. That ball hung up here a little bit.
Very confident catch there by Frias Papa out in center field.
You can call it confident if you want.
Makes it look easy out there in
she
center.
keeps the other hand loose for the bobble and the catch against the cheek.
You can keep saying all you want, but that's wrong.
I know. Sarcasm.
I hear you.
Angel Benjamin, the pitcher, hitting in the 9 spot this afternoon, hitting .308 on the season. 1-0 to her. Make it 1-1.
For all you players out there, you want to catch with two hands, not only for protecting the ball from popping out of your glove, but you want to have your throwing hand there to get the ball as quickly as possible.
The 1-1. Low and in the dirt, ball 2.
We had a center fielder, I won't name him, but if he's listening, he'll know who I'm talking about. I used to feel like it was a reverse magnetic field, that his hand, his meat hand, and his glove hand would never connect.
3-1 to Angel Benjamin.
Maybe there was an electrical charge between them, and he would have got shocked. Or
Like
something.
two magnets.
Battled with him for 3 years of varsity ball.
Here comes the 3-1. In there for a called strike at the knees. Now count is full to Angel Benjamin. Base is empty. Bottom of the second, Sterling. Two hits to their credit. Leadoff double by Nagel. And she scores. It's 1-0 Sterling. And now a walk. Now it's going to go back to the top of the lineup for Sterling and Hannah Ochenegro.
Time.
6 for 5.
We got a runner coming in.
They're going to bring in Emily Savinsky to run for Angel Benjamin.
Courtesy runner can come in at any time for the pitcher and I believe the catcher. I know that's what it is with baseball.
It's going to bring up Hannah Ochenegro, hitting .311 on the season. We mentioned this in her first plate appearance where she lined out to center in the bottom of the first. Strong numbers out of your leadoff hitter here. Going to need her to produce as well if they're going to make a deep playoff run. Ball low, and Slavinsky's going to hold up at first.
Well, good opportunity here. Obviously, with one run across already, you've got the top of the line up here with nobody out, runner on first. So this is where Sterling can lump together some few runs here.
Saw a great 2-out rally by Sterling just 48 hours ago against Haddon Township. They were able to put 4 runs across the plate with 2 outs. A lot of that had a lot to do with Haddon Township errors.
Well, that's it. You've got to take advantage of other teams' inability to make plays, and great job by Marissa Nagel on the get that hugging the outside part of the plate right there.
The 2-1 in there for a called strike, evens the count at 2-2 to Hannah Ochenegro.
Yeah, that's that pitch that seems to go back towards the plate, and looks like that was down a little bit on that one.
That's a 2-2 hit in the air down the left field line. Is it fair? It is a fair ball. Slavinsky's going to round third. She's going to score easily. And it's an RBI double for Hannah Ochenegro. Sterling leading this one 2-0.
Coach was waving the first runner, but holding up the other runner, and almost had the initial runner, Slavinsky, hold up, but she luckily realized it was for the runner behind her. And that's a big hit by Hannah Ochenegro.
Marissa Edmonds steps in now with Ochenegro on second base with the RBI double. 464 on the season for Marissa Edmonds. 1-1 to her.
And a good job by Slavinsky reading that right, realizing it wasn't going to be caught. I mean, it was close, but she definitely might have gambled a little bit, but gambled right.
Comes the 1-1 from Bracken. Low and in the dirt, takes a 1-hop to the catcher, Thomas, for ball 2. Two-1 hit in the air, foul down the third baseline. Not close enough for Mr. Farr to get his left hand on it.
Could have dove.
You could have.
Would have been pretty, but I could have done
2 balls, 2 strikes.
You already dodged one line
Dodge,
drive.
dip, dive, and dodge, right?
Yep. I'd stay out of harm's way.
The 2-2 delivery from Bracken. Hit on the ground right back at her. And easy put out to Palmer for the final out of the inning. But Sterling gets 2 runs on a pair of hits. And 1 error, and they leave 1. We're going to go to the top of the third. 2-0 Sterling.
And I think as you look towards this inning, the key thing here, starting off, is Angel Benjamin getting ahead of the hitters, especially in light of what happened last inning with the walks.
Can we go back to your trivia question there, Schulze?
We sure can.
I've been thinking about that, and I have no idea.
I think an inning and a half is
Are we ready
more
to
than
give the
enough time.
first hint?
It's got to be an outfielder.
So revisit the question. It's a
He is a left-handed thrower
But
and
a
a
right-handed
right-handed
batter.
hitter.
It's got to be an outfielder. Well, it could be a first baseman, but I doubt it.
Yeah, the odd combination. The oddest part about the combination we talked about was the fact that she, in this game, she is a left-handed second baseman, which obviously you're not going to see at the major league level.
Not Ted
Hall of
Williams, is it?
Famer.
Not Ted
He
Williams.
was left-handed thrower. He was an outfielder.
I think. Yeah, pretty sure
Yeah.
Ted Williams. You never see Ted Williams play the outfield. This player played within the last 20 years.
Oh, wow. Tony Gwynn.
No, he was a
Ooh.
left-handed hitter.
He was a left-handed hitter. Oh, he was a left-handed thrower. Yeah, he was a left-handed thrower.
Now it's got to be a.
You said a left-handed hitter and a right-handed
A left-handed thrower and a right-handed hitter, because that was off of the second baseman being left-handed.
Right. Okay. Left-handed thrower, right-handed hitter.
Well, if we
You
had
see, you
Jeopardy
always see
music,
the combination of a right-handed thrower and a left-handed hitter. You see that. You even see some catchers.
A lot of times people will train their kids at a young age to do that.
Sure.
Better advantage of being a left-handed hitter to face more right-handed pitchers.
it's going to be Lexi Thomas, Nikki Obados, and Kennedy Whalen
Back
in
to the
the
game.
top of the third.
I'm trying
Trying
to
to transition that.
Dead ball!
Trying to think of hints that won't give it away.
You can't even give us the team.
Well, that'll probably give it away.
One of the teams.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, multiple teams.
All right, there's a hint
I
for
might
you.
be able to give you that.
0-2 to Lexi Thomas. Nobody out here in the top of the third. Low and away. 1-2. Angel Benjamin looking for a recovery inning here. Had a rough go at it here in the second. And that one gets away from her a little bit, 2-2. Mr. K is saying Tim Raines.
He's a switch hitter.
Tim Raines. Well,
I think.
Tim Raines was a left-handed hitter. I don't think he was a switch hitter. Yeah.
Come on, let's drop some other trivia. Why I
Okay.
brought up Tim Raines. Come on, there's some trivia.
Well, there's some Kozineski trivia.
That's where I'm going.
Tim Raines.
Comes a 2-2 from Benjamin. Hit foul right.
Should I answer that, or should we go to Mr. Strauss for that one?
What, to see if he knows the answer to that one?
I know it, but I'm gonna
I know it too, but
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Unless you've heard it from.
Kozineski trivia. For those who are watching, Mr. Kozineski is the guy pushing the buttons behind the scenes here. Daughter who plays on the Sterling softball team.
Third strikeout of the game for Angel Benjamin sends Lexi Thomas back to the dugout. And that's Nikki Obados, who popped out to second base, her first plate appearance. Swings through strike one.
Now they had Emily protecting coach.
Yeah.
Now Mr. Talent is over there
That's not good.
and without a glove.
That's not good.
So you go with the younger person protecting her with the glove to the older person
With bad eyes.
without a glove, with no glove.
No glove.
There's Mr. Talent. There's Josh, former teacher here at Sterling, retired. Maybe, well, that might be 10 years ago already. Getting close to that,
Probably
probably.
more than that.
Popped up into the air, and two players converging on it in Adolph and Hannah Ochenegro. And Ochenegro squeezes it for the second out.
We always talk about that all-important communication between that second baseman and the outfielder. And like we talked about this last game, I know in some circles you have the infielders go with the mine call, outfielders go with I got it. The I got it is always going to trump a mine. And that one was clearly Hannah Ochenegro's ball right there.
Kennedy Whalen struck out her first plate appearance, is in the batter's box now, facing a 1-0 count. Make it 2-0.
We'll finish the Kozanowski trivia question at the end of this half inning.
I love trivia. Trivia's great. The 2-0 from Benjamin, swung through and missed. Healthy swing there by Whalen.
Well, there's a good, you talk about transitions, there's a good transition to a real good fastball. She put a lot on it right after going with the changeup in the previous pitch, and yeah, that's going to make that fastball seem that much, have that much more velocity to the hitter.
3-1 to Kennedy Whalen.
Don't lose it, kid. Don't lose it. Right here, right here. Oh, yeah. Come on, E.
And a walk, 2-out walk, issued here by Benjamin with
Girls, you got
2 out
Two down.
in the top of the third. Bring up Melissa Palmer, the first baseman, grounded out to short to open the second inning. First pitch on the way from Benjamin, swung on, hit in the air to center field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Scooping it up is Kriebel, gets it in quickly to Nagel, and that's going to hold Whalen at second base.
Yeah, and Gateway, we talked about them being a real good team coming in here. You had some good averages. They've hit a couple balls hard. It's either right at somebody or haven't been able to get that big hit when they've got runners in scoring position.
Alyssa Carpo, the designated player, steps in now with 2 runners aboard, swings late on the first pitch, 0-1.
Yeah, stick with the fastball here. She was very, very late. Don't want to fool around too much. Let her go off speed and speed her bat up. There you go.
There's a fastball right at the knees. We've seen that called a strike. Take another look at it here. This one was, according to the home plate umpire, a little low. And it's 1-1. Popped up out of play.
And guys, we were looking at that last pitch where it was borderline, but one thing you see in common with Trish Quinn and Angel Benjamin is they've got that late action on their pitches, that late sinking action on their pitches, and that's a good thing because you get a lot of ground balls when you have that.
The 1-2 pitch with 2 aboard. High, trying to get Carpo to swing on that, chase it, not so much. 4 walks issued on the day by Benjamin. 3 in that second, 1 here in the third. Again, another late swing by Carpo. Just gets a piece of it. Stays alive at 2-2.
But a good at bat by Carpo. Found off a couple 2-strike pitches here. And that's what Gateway needs. They need somebody to battle and keep this inning alive for them and keep the 2-out rally going.
See if Benjamin goes back to the fastball here at 2-2. Hit foul.
And that's a real good pitch. You went outside, mix it up going in. And you never want to stay at one spot. Mix it up, keep the hitter off balance. But again, Kraken's really battling here for Gateway.
The 2-2. Inside. Now count is full with 2 outs here in the third. And Gateway trailing this one 2-0. Going to have a little 2-out rally of their own here after a walk and a base hit by Palmer. The 3-2. Fouled out of play, like you said, Schultz. A great at bat here by Carpo.
Yeah, I think we're at, 4 or 5 fouled off pitches.
What do you call here, Danny? Go to
I think that last one was a changeup. I would go fastball again. She's been late on just about everything.
Yeah.
Inside, so now everybody advances, and it's bases loaded for Kristen Frias-Papa, who walked her previous plate appearance back in the second.
Sooner or later, the walks will come back to bite you, and that was her 5th in just 3 innings.
First pitch hit in the air, and it's on one hop to Hannah Ochenegro, and they're calling her safe, and a run scores, so an RBI single by Frias-Papa, and Gateway's cut the deficit in half.
That's ironic with a lot of the hard hit balls you've seen from Gateway going right up at fielders. That one was probably the least hardest hit, but obviously it was in the right spot and was able to get the run across.
I like
Come on, Angel, go.
Bases loaded. 2 outs for Alyssa Clayton, the third baseman. Again, swings late. Again, that fastball by Benjamin really has a lot of velocity behind it.
And you know, Gateway they had the one hitter battling, but one thing you're saying is from this game, especially the pitcher with command issues, they're swinging at some bad pitches. And that can be frustrating for a coach.
And it's quickly 0-2 to Alyssa Clayton.
We were 0-2 on the 2 batters ago also, so we swung through that changeup that time.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Popped up in the air into no man's land. Nagel's going to have to hurry. It's going to be an RBI infield single again, and the game is tied at 2.
Back-to-back doinks. That's my... Nothing you can do. They're perfectly placed. Couldn't have tossed them out there better. Probably the only way that make a play there would be to lay out and try to catch that in the air. I'm not sure where Coach Talent came out to ask about something. Oh, there was a little bit of interference, maybe from the runner.
And that's Carpo, who's now standing on third base. First pitch to Bracken. The pitcher is low. And Bracken, an opportunity here to put Gateway in the lead for the first time today. The 1-0 pitch from Benjamin. High and outside, ball 2.
Enough, we still...
So it's 2-0 to Julia Bracken, and we saw this in the Haddon Township game, Danny, where Ashley Croge comes out and tries to talk to Angel Benjamin, and a couple days ago she was talking to Trish Quinn to calm her down, and it actually worked. 2-0. Works here. Called strike 2-1. Again, bases still loaded. 2-out rally here by the Gators ties the game at 2. Fouled out of play, almost hit one of our tech crew members. Nice job by Brandon Smith to protect the person standing behind him. Good reflexes there by Brandon Smith. Got to pay attention up there on those cameras.
I'm glad they were. They actually were. They both moved.
And a called third strike. Bracken goes down looking to end the inning, but not before Gateway gets 2 more runs on 3 hits. No errors, and they leave them loaded. We're headed to the bottom of the 3rd. This one's tied at 2. Coach Talent not at all happy with the team here. Again, coming off that loss to Audubon, Dan.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to read lips a little bit there. I think she's saying, come on, catch the ball. Those infield pops, they were tough plays, but I think she may have had an argument about that contact. The runner has to avoid the fielder, and there was some contact there. So pretty sure the ruling, if they saw it, should have been some interference. But it's done now. But let's finish off Kosneski trivia.
All right, let's go with that.
Okay, so I know you don't know the answer to this.
I probably don't.
So the name of Raines, Tim Raines came up.
Yes.
Tad's younger brother, Blaze, was an outstanding baseball player at Highland High School in the late 80s. He went on to play at Georgia and then was played for the Yankees farm system. And he ultimately got to AAA and then was traded by the Yankees to the White Sox for Tim Raines.
Wow. It's like the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
It is.
First pitch to Oleto, hit on the ground to second, and flipping over to first to Palmer for the out is Whalen. So 1 pitch, 1 down here in the bottom of the 3rd. Brings up Gab Ochenegro, who singled and stole a base, but was stranded at second in the first inning. Nice little backhanded toss there from Whalen. Ashley Croge waits on deck for Sterling. Bracken's pitch on the way, low, in the dirt, ball 2. See how Sterling responds to Coach Talent at that half inning. Scooped up by Clayton, over to first for the out. Nice throw by Clayton over to Palmer to get the speedy Ochenegro at first for the out. Two down here in the bottom of the third for Ashley Croge. Lined out to short on that snow cone catch by Obidos. Croge fouls the first pitch off, 0-1. Ashley Croge featured in the Inquirer today on the season that she's having, hitting .453, 27 RBIs. 4 of those 27 coming off of the Grand Slam home run just 48 hours ago. 1-1 to Ashley Croge.
Come on, Julia, you got this.
1-1. Hit in the gap in right center field. That's going to be a base hit for Ashley Croge. So another 2-out base hit. Seen a lot of these rallies before. Nice little swing there by Ashley Croge. And they're going to pinch run for her. Take another look at it here. Talk about the swing mechanics here, Mr. Farr.
Yeah, she's been working on an opposite field thing, and I know last game you said she had the grand slam the opposite way. She also had a double off the fence the opposite way.
Ball gets away from Thomas, and that's going to allow that's Megan Shook in running for Ashley Croge. She's going to go into second base on the pass ball. 2-1. Excuse me. Yep. 1-0.
That's out of play. Here we
That's
go.
out of play
Oh,
to Marissa Nagel. So 1-1 to Marissa Nagel.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Pitch from Bracken high. 2-1. Sterling had a 2-out rally and scored 2 runs. Then Gateway answers back with a 2-out, 2-run rally of their own. Sterling, an opportunity here with a runner in scoring position. Take a look at this pitch.
Yeah, it looked live. It looked to me to be a little low, but yeah, that's low. But we'll take it.
Hit on the ground, and that's going to be a base hit. As Bracken scoops it up, Shook's going to stand on third base, so runners on the corner. Back-to-back hits for Sterling here for Kaylee Whalen, who's looking to get one of these runs home, and Megan Shook.
See if Sterling has any kind of first and third steal of home plays going on. I would think you got 2 pretty fast runners here.
And that's going to bring a run home. That's not going to matter. Shook's going to score easily on the RBI single on the first pitch by Kaylee Whalen. Sterling takes the lead 3-2.
Really solid shot up the middle by Kaylee.
3 straight hits for Sterling with 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the third, they lead this one 3-2 thanks to the RBI single by Kaylee Whalen. Brings up Bailey Adolph. Platooning in right field with Emily Kozaneski. First pitch to her is low. Nagel on second. Excuse me, 2-0. Nagel on second, Whalen on first. Pitch for Bracken low, 3-0. Take all the way here from Badolf. I can't imagine a green light situation here.
Did you just call her Badolf?
Adolf?
You called her Badolf.
Did I really?
That'd be a good nickname now, Bailey Adolf. Be able to go for Badolf.
I'll call her that in the halls when I see her
There you
tomorrow.
go. That was a ball, too. Be overcritical here, but that was pretty low.
Hit on the ground, foul down the line, third baseline. It's out of play. Full count to Bailey Adolf,
There you go.
otherwise known as Badolf.
I like Badolf.
Let's go with that.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
Full count, 2 out. Runner on first and second. Sterling with a 3-2 lead. The pitch. Swung on, hit in the air to center field. Giving a chase on it is Frias Papa. She can't make the catch. 2 runs. 1 run's going to score. Adolf into second, sliding. And they're going to hold the runner of Whalen at third base. She initially got the green light, and then they held her up wisely as that throw came in quick. 4-2 Sterling.
There's the old 2 hands thing. I came back to get her on that one.
Play.
Yeah, and here goes. It's a fly ball. She overruns it a little bit. Wind maybe held it up a bit. Here she goes again for live, and she makes that play in right center field.
But Sterling gets those 2 runs right back on 3 hits, 1 error, and they leave 2. And it's 4-2 Sterling heading to the top of the 4th. Take a look at this catch right here. That's the last out.
You see where the hands are completely separated. You don't want that. I mean, she made that play, and she's got the big glove catching it in the web. But if she was in a throwing situation now, it's going to take even that much more time to get the throwing hand into the glove to get the ball, and then back into. And here's where the ones that she dropped. That one, I think she may have just overrun. She put the
Misjudged
brakes
it.
on there, and it almost caught her in the head. That could have been the wind a little bit, holding that up. Made it hang up a little bit longer than she expected.
Take one more look at it
extra
here.
run, yeah. Well, no, you know what? From that angle, you could see the ball was past her. So she just overran it.
So for Gateway here in the 4th, it's going to be McKnight, the 9-hole hitter, and then back to the top with Lexi Thomas and Nikki Obados. Need a big inning quick inning out of Angel Benjamin here. They're trying to give Trish Quinn, who pitched yesterday, albeit not for too long, trying to give her a break down the stretch here as we approach the playoffs. First pitch to McKnight is low. The 1-0. Again, same pitch, low, ball 2.
Never want to walk the leadoff hitter the inning after you take the lead. It's a momentum killer. And also, this is the 9-hitter, so you never want to walk the 9-hitter ever. And again, you're a 9-hitter for a reason.
That's where I was in Little League, for a reason.
I'm shocked.
That's why I'm a broadcaster now and not professional baseball player. 2-2 to McKnight.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
McKnight 0 for 1 on the day. Grounded out to second base in the 2nd inning to end the 2nd. And now Benjamin taking her time here, trying to recollect herself on a big pitch. And it's a walk number 6 on the day for Angel Benjamin.
We'll see how this turns out, but walking the leadoff hitter I would say probably 60-70% of the time is going to close that run to score. Something's going to happen.
Back to the top of the lineup, Alexi Thomas 0 for 2 with a strikeout. One hopped in from Benjamin DeCroge.
Come on, 5, let's go, kid.
And again, compounded by it being the 9-hitter, because now you have the top of the order with your better hitters here.
The 1-0 hit in the air, right at Hannah Ochenegro, calls off Marissa Nagel for a quick out.
The wind is definitely playing a little bit of tricks with the balls in the air here today.
Wind coming out from more of left center field today than it was the other day, where it was more definitely from right field.
It's also Sterling trade winds.
Yeah, it's also a heck of a lot warmer.
Well, that was the most impressive thing about Ashley Croge's Grand Slam. It wasn't a line shot. She got it up in the air, but it was right into the wind. And she even said she didn't think it was out, but just got enough of it and was able to clear that right field fence into the stiff wind.
Right back to Benjamin. Fires over to Edmonds for the out. Advancing to second is McKnight.
Dan, you're talking about fundamentals of outfielders. Look at the good fundamentals here from Angel Benjamin, doing the alligator, bringing that hand right there, just feeling it exactly the way you want her to feel that right there. Perfect.
2 outs for Kennedy Whalen, who walked and scored Gateway's first run in the third. She looks at ball 1. Kennedy Whalen hitting .659, 32 RBIs, almost as impressive as Ashley Croge's RBI totals. One hopped again into Ashley Croge, 2-0.
659 is a pretty impressive average. There's no question about it.
It's double what I hit in high school.
3-0 to Kennedy Whalen. 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. And a 2-out walk, so now runners on first and second.
That might have been the old unintentional, intentional walk.
The pitch around.
You know, with those numbers, you don't want her to get, she's a big, strong girl, you don't want her to get into one and take it out of here.
Brings up Melissa Palmer. 1 for 2 on the day with a single and a run scored. Swings on the first pitch right at Nagel. She's going to go to third at Ochenegro for the 3rd out of the inning. And that'll do it for Gateway here in the 4th. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left aboard. We're going to move to the bottom of the 4th. 4-2 Sterling.
Went with the shorter throw there.
You surprised she went to third there?
You heard the ooh out of me, right?
Yeah.
You know what? In softball, no, I'm not surprised because Gab was right there on the bag. With baseball, that's my original. I mean, that's where I'm used to being. The third baseman's going to be way further away from the bag, so it's not as easy a footwork for the third baseman to be there on a force there.
Taking a look at the Group 2 power points, as it mentioned this a couple innings ago, Sterling going to hold put there in the 2 spot for now. Danny, you mentioned the residual points that Audubon could get, as well as Overbrook, so there may be some shifting.
And even Sterling. Sterling could get some residual stuff too, but
probably not a lot of shifting around in the top 2 or 3.
Now I was looking at like I said before, I was looking at the baseball points, and there's some teams there that are within 1 or 2 of each other, and so those residuals could make some difference there.
Yeah.
So for Sterling, it's going to be Hannah Ochenegro, top of the lineup. Hannah Ochenegro, Marissa Edmonds, and Emily Auletto. Ochenegro, and a double and an RBI double her last plate appearance. Six hits on the day for Sterling, so they're hitting the ball. They have 4 runs to show for it. One and 0. And therefore called strike, 1-1. Close pitch here, Danny.
Anytime the catcher has to lean out and reach, but whatever.
You always want to just wrist it in.
Correct.
2-1 to Hannah Ochenegro to start at the bottom of the fourth. Low, ball 3, so 3-1 now.
But a good catcher, a veteran catcher, is going to have a sense of where that strike zone's going, and they're just going to get out there as much as they can to help their pitcher out.
You can really see where she sets up when that reverse
right,
camera.
yeah.
That time she set up right on the outside corner. Now I'm assuming it was probably low, because they caught myself looking at the monitor at the time. I wasn't looking at it live.
Leadoff walk to start the bottom of the fourth. So Hannah Ochenegro on first base for Marissa Edmonds. 0 for 2 on the day. Shows bunt, pulls it back. Ochenegro is going to go into second base. So on base for Hannah Ochenegro. So now a runner in scoring position. I guess more or less an insurance run at this point, which could prove to be worthy later on.
And that's always good. You see Sterling always do that in a lot of cases. Do the fake bunt when they're stealing. You don't give that catcher that extra split second to get out there. And unfortunately on that one, the foul bunt is caught by the catcher and they get an out. Yeah, that's a tough one there.
I didn't think this one went up high enough. Doesn't that have to go above the shoulder?
Let's see that again.
That definitely didn't go above the shoulder.
Probably a low pitch like that you want to pull back on now.
Watch this ball. Oh man,
Close,
that's
close.
really close. It's a heads-up play by the
Yeah.
catcher. That's nice that she was able to grab that up. Won't be too much of a homer here, but
That's out of play. Here we go, ladies.
and that ball went right into the men's room.
1 ball, 1 strike.
1-1 to Emily Arletto. Reached on an error in the first and grounded out to second. Coach Talon.
Coach Talon over there getting the ball from the bathroom. I hope he washes his hands after that.
Softball was sanitized.
2-1 to Emily Arletto.
No, we are educators here.
All right.
Oh yeah,
Emily's got the glove on the knee. That's a good spot for it.
But she's got the seeds going. I see the seeds going. I think it's seeds. Something going on. She's chomping on something over there.
But when she had the glove on, Miss Johnson was kind of distracting her by making her laugh. So
Right.
I don't know.
I'm shocked at that.
It's shocker, yeah. You never see that.
Arletto swings through ball 4 there.
Well, we talked about Benjamin's late sinking action. You're going to see this here from Bracken, the late sinking action on that one.
The 3-2 pitch. Hit on the ground right at the second baseman. Whalen's going to fire over to first, and not being able to make the catch is Palmer. E3. And now you have runners on the corners with 1 out.
And you talk about the left-handed situation. I mean, it wasn't a quick play. It's a play that should have been made. I mean, that was more of a drop by the first baseman. But it just looks odd with the second baseman being left-handed, getting it, have to turn their body. But again, that was more the first baseman not able to hold on to it. Runners at the corners right now with Gabby Ochenegro.
Ochenegro's .625 average. I guess that's okay. One and 1 to Gab Ochenegro. 1 for 2 with a stolen base today. Good eye by Gab Ochenegro to lay off that low pitch. 2-1. Got it. Hannah Ochenegro at third and Emily Arletto at first. On the ground, the shortstop, Obidos, fires over to first for the out, but it's going to be an RBI for Gab Ochenegro, and it's 5-2 Sterling.
Yeah, you see, good job breaking on that one right there, and shortstop really didn't have a play. Probably if it was hit a little bit harder, you might have, but went with the out, and obviously good for Sterling. We're able to get that extra run across.
2 outs here, and that's going to be, they're going to advance. That's Aleto's going to move up to third base. What do you score that one there?
Yeah.
Wild pitch?
Wild pitch.
Well, that's a tough one to block because it was so far off of where the intended spot was. Even though it wasn't that far off the plate, you really forced the catcher to shift over.
2-0 to Ashley Croge. 1 for 2 with a run scored.
Yeah. She gave a little shake signal, too.
Yeah. This is your intentional.
See the little shake signal there with the
Unintentional
fist? Yeah, I think she's just saying throw it outside.
Let's see if she does it again here on this pitch.
Yep.
Yep, here it comes. Setting up way outside, not going to give. Wow. Wow.
Good grief.
Here's the replay.
Oh, man, I'd love to see that from behind the plate because she had to be sitting up, set up way outside.
3-1. Hit
Yeah, it
into
doesn't
left
matter.
field for a base hit. RBI single for Ashley Croge. Sterling breaking this one open, 6-2.
Well, if you get the ball anywhere around the middle part of the plate to Ashley Croge, she just has that quick bat, and that was a laser right there.
A pinch run again for Ashley Croge. I believe that's Megan Shook standing on first base for Marissa Nagel. Nagel, 2 for 2 with a double and 2 runs scored. On the ground to third, over the glove of Clayton into left field. And now 2 runners aboard. Base hit.
And that was a play that should
For
have been made
Marissa
right
Nagel.
there. So right now, you can see Sterling taking advantage of things, and
Kaylee Whalen, RBI single her last plate appearance. So 2 aboard here for Sterling in the 4th.
They were debating hit or error on that last one, but my reaction is it was hit harder.
Whalen hits it hard right up the middle. Scooping up as free as Papa. Coming home is Shook. RBI single for Kaylee Whalen as Megan Shook comes across and scores Sterling's 7th run.
To finish my thought from the last batter, I just think it was on her too quick. You know, you would think you should make that play, but it got on her fast. Her glove just didn't get down fast enough. So that's
yeah,
why.
it's one of those ones you can debate, but and I don't think she had her glove down the right way. It was more
It was
she was on
awkward.
top of the ball.
Yeah, it was awkward.
Coaching staff for Gateway out to talk to Bracken. Seven to 2, Sterling. 3 runs in this inning, 2 in the 3rd and 2 in the 2nd. Brings up Bailey Adolph. And therefore a called strike. Here's the replay of the third base. Looked like it just hopped right over her glove.
You
at the
could have
very
made
end.
it. I mean, it was definitely a.
She was in between shifting her feet to get in front of it or backhanding it.
Adolph hits it into left, but a nice catch by Murtaugh on left to end the inning. But Sterling gets 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, and they leave 2 stranded.
Well, nice inning, and again, nice play by Gateway coming in, but at the same time, not before Sterling was able to add 3 more runs onto their lead.
Just so you know, Mr. Schulz, we handled the Kosneski trivia.
Yes.
You missed that.
Okay.
As David Heckman, our star does his
Pilates, yeah,
whatever
doing
you
some-
want to call them up on the.
Well, my fear was that when you said that you got the other one by Googling up on
No,
your
I did
iPhone.
not Google.
Okay.
No, we left that hanging for
We
when
need
you returned.
integrity here with our
No,
trivia
we
question.
have not discussed that since you left and now have returned.
Yep, that's Blaise Kozaneski's claim to fame. Player to be named later in the Tim Raines deal.
Tim Raines is going to be a Hall of Famer, so that's that can add to the
Yep,
story. a little
yep.
bit. Got traded for a Hall of Famer.
Well, like
And the legend
Tim,
continues to grow.
like Tim Raines, I'll belt out my first hint. Like Tim Raines, this Hall of Famer who batted right and threw left played for the Yankees. If I give you the other team he played for, I think you're going to get
Dave Winfield.
it. Incorrect. Right-handed hitter, right-handed thrower.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing out Yankees that I know.
I'll tell you another interesting story about this guy. He was not a well-liked guy. Kind of, I guess, wasn't your fan favorite or player favorite from a lot of the stories you hear about him. Not A-Rod.
Last time I checked, A-Rod was right-handed thrower.
One of the
He was a shortstop.
Come on, 5, let's go, kids!
0-2 to Alyssa Carpo, the designated player. It's going to be Carpo, Frias Papa, and Clayton.
To tell you what kind of guy this guy was who we're talking about. Look at this.
Strikeout there for Angel
Yeah, and
Benjamin.
that's another. We talked about this earlier. Gateway has not been helping themselves out when if Benjamin kind of struggles a little bit with command. They're putting themselves in bad spots at times, swinging at some real bad pitches.
Strikeout number 5 on the afternoon for Angel Benjamin. Surrendered 3 hits and 2 runs so far through 4 1/3. Again, 1 hops, 1 in to Ashley Croge.
You got me thinking here.
Okay. Well, the story
You said
about
the last 20 years, right?
I heard about this guy, that odd story, kind of. I guess you could call it funny, but shows you
Nice throw from Nagel.
what kind
to
of guy
Edmonds.
he was. Sorry about that, Rob.
2 outs in the 5th.
After his career was over, he was at a game, and there was a foul ball. He was in the stands, and he wrestled the foul ball away from a kid. And they said, "Why did you do that?" He said, I always wanted to get a foul ball at a baseball game." And this is a guy who's a Hall of Famer, who obviously could get bucket loads of Major League Baseballs. Just an odd story, but a true story from what I heard. And probably when you hear this guy, you would think, you know what, he might be the type of guy that would do something like that.
Oh, wait, no.
Wait a minute. No. Wait a minute.
I'm ready to give my next hit. I'm not going to give the other team, but he was a leadoff hitter.
Come on, 2 strikes.
Oh, Ricky Henderson.
Ricky Henderson. I believe the
Wait a
all-time
minute.
leader.
Ricky Henderson was only, he wasn't. No, he's a switch hitter, wasn't he?
No, he was a right-handed hitter
Okay.
and a
Hey,
left-handed
definitely
thrower.
Henderson, yeah.
And the all-time leader in leadoff home runs. Remember, Ricky Henderson,
Yeah.
towards the end of his career, really started hitting some home runs.
Played in that River Sharks league.
He did.
toward the
Played
end.
in the Atlantic League of Professional Baseball.
2 and 2 to Alyssa Clayton.
Most notably known for being a base stealer, all-time base stealer.
And strikeout number 6 for Angel Benjamin ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down. First time that's happened since the first. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left. Go to the bottom of the 5th, 7-2 Sterling.
And Dan, we'll compare this situation. Angel Benjamin has really battled out there, had some innings where she's given up some walks as we look at Brandon right there.
Extreme close-up.
Look at our tech crew.
Emmy award-winning
Emmy
tech crew.
award-winning tech
Yep.
crew, yep.
Doing a great job, as always. Braving the elements. Not that it's overly cold out here, but it's always questionable. Yeah, it's getting a little chilly out here.
I went with the short sleeves. That was a bad idea. Whoa, look at that groove going on up there. He don't know he's on, but he's going to know tomorrow.
He will find out.
Track team.
Must be the little guys track coming tonight.
The juniors.
Pole vaulters are gone for the day. Looks like track is wrapped up.
You see Hannah Ochenegro coming up here to lead things off. Dan, and you talk about Angel Benjamin and her throwing a lot of pitches, but it's not as much of a factor in softball as baseball. In this situation, you probably would be out of the game if you threw as many pitches as Angel Benjamin
Well, this
did.
is one of the few times we've even seen the second pitcher pitch. Well, they have 5 games this week, right?
Right.
I think.
Yeah.
So that's really the only reason Coach Johnson. Not that Angel can't pitch. Obviously, she's done well in other games this year, but she is the number 2.
It's going to be Angel Benjamin, and then back to the top of the lineup, Hannah Ochenegro and then Marissa Edmonds.
They say that softball motion is more of a natural motion for the arm, is why they're able to.
I still can't figure
Do a
out how
little
they
bit
throw
more.
it that hard underneath.
Oh, I know, and control it.
Yeah.
2-0 to Angel Benjamin.
If I did that, I'd be putting it over the top of the backstop every single time.
Called first strike there, 2-1.
And probably just like, one thing you see the difference in a lot of the styles, some girls really have a lot of body motion to get into their pitch.
Ooh. Quickly, 2-2 to Angel Benjamin.
Mr. K knows my ooze. I know it's not where it's caught. I understand that, but if dirt is coming up,
Called third strike. That's only the first strikeout of the day for Bracken.
Well, this is the angle I think that you can actually see the plate.
sets up outside.
Not. You know what? I guess in that angle, you're looking at it. It's not from behind the pitcher. It looks like it's almost 6 inches to a foot off the plate.
Base hit for Hannah Ochenegro with 1 out. She's now 3 for 4 on the day with a run scored and an RBI. Brings up Marissa Edmonds, 0 for 3 on the day. Had that unfortunate situation where she kind of popped one right into Thomas's glove behind the plate. As you see the stolen base by Hannah Ochenegro, that's her second in as many plate appearances.
And the shortstop shading over to left was just a little bit late getting over there.
On the ground, Obidos fires over to Palmer for the out, and moving up to third is Ochenegro.
Probably a good move by the first baseman, holding on to the ball in that one. We saw an errant throw lead to a run in that first inning, the first run for Sterling early on in this game.
Emily Oleto, the designated player, reached on an error and scored her last plate appearance. She's been on base twice via the error. 4 errors by Gateway here in this game, 1 in each inning. Hit in the air, down the first base line, foul. We can't see the line, but that was well foul.
One ball, 1 strike.
1-1 to Emily Oleto. 2 out. Ochenegro on third. 7-2 Sterling. The pitch. Hit on the ground right at the first baseman, Palmer. She's going to take it herself and end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left aboard. We're going to move to the top of the 6th, 7-2 Sterling. No more trivia, guys, or are we
I was
fresh
just
out?
thinking of that. I was wondering if
We got nothing.
you guys had
I know we did
anything
this.
for
We did
me.
this with football a lot. Of course, we
Let's
had
bring
more
it back.
We had more time in between
Sure.
plays and whatnot to kind of play around with that. But for Gateway, it's going to be the 8-9-1 hitters in Bracken, McKnight, and Thomas to lead off the top of the 6th.
I'm going to.
You can order a DVD copy of your favorite event here at Sterling. $20 per event, $3 for mailing. Please include the name of the event. You can email Mr. Kozneski at tv19@sterling.k12.nj.us or give the school a call. You can always check us out on our website. You can get his contact information there as well.
You can also email him with any trivia that we
Can I
could
come
use in
up
our
with another
broadcast.
trivia question?
You can do whatever you want.
Everybody knows that Darren Dalton was the starting catcher for the '93 Phillies.
Who was the
the
backup?
backup catcher for the '93
Pratt.
Phillies?
Todd Pratt.
Good job.
And that was, man,
Come on, man.
served it up.
Hey, five, let's go, kid, let's go, bud.
Angel Benjamin going to lead this one off. Or excuse me, Bracken going to leave this one off as we take a look at Angel Benjamin, rather.
Let's go, kid.
Okay, I'm going to go to a higher level of trivia. Kevin Stocker was the shortstop, came in mid-year.
Juan Bell.
Guys, I'll see you. I'm going to go home. I'm out of here.
Mic drop. Mic drop.
I'm out of here.
I'll
All right, no more trivia
I'll
questions.
tell you why I know that so quickly. Because
he said it in 4th block today?
I didn't
No.
get the whole question out.
I know, but they used. I'm an avid WIP list and have been for a long time.
Me too.
Every time they mentioned that player's name, they had a sound effect.
Heads up.
Juan Bell, ding dong, and they did it ad nauseum. So it's like stuck in my brain forever.
2-2 to
got it.
Julia Bracken.
I figured out. We'll have one we can sit on for a few innings here. An inning or so.
Low and inside to float him up
Don't lose it, kid. Don't
for
lose
Julia
it.
Bracken. Nobody out here at the top of the 6th. Gateway trailing this one by 5.
Come on, Ace, right here, kid. Right here,
Pitch.
Heads
Hit
up.
foul right by the
right here.
almost
Right away.
another left-handed left dive stab by Mr. Farr. You think he could have gotten that?
My younger days, yes.
Got it, kid.
Now it would have just been a fall and a laugh, and then I would have made the news tomorrow morning.
A nice at bat here by Bracken.
I don't want to overtake Mr. Schulz as the worst highlight ever to be on
Yeah,
the news.
yeah. I was going to say you don't want to. And the harder you try for something, the worse it looks. It just gets, it kind of unravels as you get going. And of course, the Channel 19 cameras are always in play.
The
Play conservative.
student-teacher basketball
Yep.
game a couple years ago. That was on the news. That was a gem.
You should just go down immediately and not try to recover because it extends it, makes it look worse.
Act like you're hurt. Then they'll feel
Yeah.
bad for you.
For a very short period of time, though.
Leadoff walk by Benjamin.
Infield, kid. Let's go right now. Let's go. Right, Taylor.
8th walk of the game for Benjamin.
Come on, Ace. Let's go, kid. Right here, kid.
That brings up Sarah McKnight. Pitch is high. Gateway in need of base runners here if they want to get back into this. They only have 6 outs remaining to work with.
We are in mid-May, aren't we?
No, mid-May happened in late March.
I'm actually getting like goosebumps sitting here.
It's
Deceptively
when
cold.
the Channel 19 trailer comes over here, the temperature drops 10 degrees and it gets windy. It's just the way it is.
Come on, Ace. Let's go, kid. Let's go. All you
1-1 to Sarah McKnight with Bracken on first base. Swings through strike 2. And Benjamin is ahead of McKnight.
let's go, bud.
Once again, Sterling has bullpen activity. Not that we have a bullpen, but I just saw Trish again dive out behind the dugout. Looked like she was going to start throwing again.
Late swing by McKnight. Staying alive at 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
The pitch. Swung on and missed. Strikeout for Angel Benjamin. It's the 3rd in the last 5 batters.
Nice change of pace there. Got it up where she could see it. Probably don't want it that high normally, but it was effective.
Strikeout number 7 for Angel Benjamin. Back to the top of the lineup. It's going to bring up Lexi Thomas. 0 for 3 on the day. One out here at top of the 6th. 7-2 Sterling. 2-0. Go to the overhead cam. Take a look at this 2-0 pitch from Benjamin. Inside, ball 3.
Yeah, you should be taken all the way here.
Good call by you there, Coach. Nikki Obidos waits on deck. She too is 0 for 3 on the afternoon. And another walk.
I was just going to say, maybe even take another one. With a pitcher that's having command issues, you're behind. 1 out, you've got a runner on. And, you know, you wouldn't always do that, but this, if you were ever going to do it, that was probably the situation to do it.
I think we're going to have a pitching change.
Yeah, it looks like Trish Quinn is going to come into the game here. Angel Benjamin.
Coach Talent doesn't want to take a chance here.
No.
And she's going to hand the ball over to Trish Quinn. So Angel Benjamin's day is over. Pretty impressive day for Angel Benjamin. 7 strikeouts, 2 earned runs, and the runners up board are her responsibility.
Yeah, I mean, she had command issues, got into some jams, but give her credit. She made the right pitches at the right time to get out of jams and have a Gateway leave runners on base. But you see Quinn coming in. This is obviously a game you want to make sure you nail it down in light of what happened yesterday in that Audubon game. And, you know, towards the end of the season, this is where you don't want things to snowball and you want to take care of business here. And, of course, you've got the West Deptford game tomorrow. You want the team just spiraling in a good way right now.
Now the worry always is that Trish is not necessarily used to coming in in relief, so she's got to come in and be ready to go.
All right, ladies, here we go. Let's get ready.
I did happen to see one game earlier this year where they did the same thing. Trish came in later. It was at the Overbrook tournament, and there was not a problem with the way Trish pitched. There was a couple of dinks and dunks, and they wound up losing the game. It was a 1-run lead at that time, though. I've actually been a little bit of a bad luck guy. I haven't seen a win yet this year, so I'm hoping for a win here for the blue and silver.
I think we're 1-1, right, Rob? This is the 3rd one we've done.
I believe so, yes. I've been wrong before. On the ground, Ochenegro scoops it, hands it over to Edmonds for the out. Runners advance, so now runners on 2nd and 3rd with 2 out. For Kennedy Whalen. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a pair of walks.
This is an interesting...
Coach, courtesy runner, 2 for 38 to catch it.
It's an interesting situation because you got their best hitter up. Do you think about intentionally walking her?
Yep.
You know, you're holding 5, right? You're holding 5-run lead. That might be what the discussion is here.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Take a look at Trish Quinn's numbers. 2.79 ERA, 5 and 3, 22 strikeouts, and just about as many as earned runs. As Whalen looks at strike 1.
Pitch on the outer part of the plate.
Well,
blocked there.
Has been consistently inconsistent, so I can't make too many complaints here. It's been the same both ways.
Popped right up, straight up in the air. Trish Quinn camps out underneath it.
Yes.
Uses 2 hands to secure it and ends the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and they leave 2. We're going to head to the bottom of the 6th, still 7-2 Sterling. Gateway has left 9 runners on base through 6 innings. For Sterling in their home half of the 6th, it's going to be Gab Ochenegro, Ashley Croge, and Marissa Nagel.
Casey and Sam out there in center field.
My man Sam with my favorite shirt on. Got the count on his shirt. Can we get a shot of the count again? Here. Oh, we had it for
There
a
we
minute.
are. There we
So
are.
close,
Say
but
hi.
yet so far.
Peace.
There we are.
No pun intended.
There it is, the count.
The count.
1, 2, 3, 4.
3 beautiful bats.
Love that shirt.
It's great. I love all the pieces of flair that Sam has on his lanyard.
Sam's lanyard has seen
It's
better
aggressive.
days. I tried to tell him like, we can get another lanyard, and he would not give it up. Something's actually wrong with the hook for his ID. Giving me way too much information on this topic, but yeah.
It's okay. That's what between innings are for.
Between
Filler
that
time.
and I see David Heckman up here doing more dances up on the dugout.
So the baseball team
Every
members.
crew has a dancing. You have to have one dancing cameraman. It's a requirement.
I guess Coach Hoffman let the boys go early today. Could be a good thing or bad. I will check in on that later.
Leading off the bottom of the 6th, Gab Ochenegro. 1 for 3. Single and a stolen base on the ground to Clayton. Bobbles it and not going to get the speedy Gab Ochenegro, so E5. That's going to be error number 5
Well, you see the
on
error
the day for Gateway.
by Gateway. On the other hand, that's one thing Sterling's done is they've done a good job in the field making the plays.
1 aboard here, nobody out for Ashley Croge. Croge showing bunt. Gab Ochenegro on her way, and she's in there safely. 2nd stolen base of the afternoon for Gab Ochenegro.
The Ochenegros are 4 for 4 on steals today.
Now, I want to know if they've ever been caught stealing a bag with that speed. Ball up high. 1-1. Ashley Croge waits the pitch. Hit in the air to center field, camping underneath it and making a basket catch as free as Papa for out number 1. Gab Ochenegro moves up to 3rd.
Look how far she ranges over to right field. Ball was only about 10 feet away from the right fielder when it went up. But in true Kelly Leak style, center fielder takes everything.
If you're the corner outfielder here, you just have to move a couple steps to your right or a couple steps to your left. Hug the lines.
Marissa Nagel having herself an afternoon here, 3 for 3.
Looking at their
2 runs
outfield
scored.
I'm sorry, Rob, but
No, go ahead.
I'm just happening to now look at the outfield setup they have. They have both. They must be real confident with their center fielder because
Yeah.
they have both of their corners way over on the lines. So that obviously is a strategy.
1-1 to Marissa Nagel. Ochenegro on 3rd. Speed.
We'll throw back a little bit. They've got Gary Maddox in center, and
Luzinski in
he
left.
left.
And McBride.
McBride wasn't he
pretty
was a
good.
decent fielder. Yeah.
2-1 to Nagel. 1 out. Called strike.
But I think Luzinski actually, he had so little room to cover towards Maddox that he used to, if you remember, he used to angle himself towards the line. It was odd, but Maddox just covered so much ground out
It's
there.
probably more like we were saying before. It's Kelly Leak in center, Rudy Stein in left, and Timmy Lupus in right.
There we go.
RBI single by Nagel, and then she is 4 for 4 on the day. 8-2 Sterling.
Now, of course, Nagel was out in the early part of the season with an injury, but obviously she's back playing well with her fourth hit and doing the job in the field also today.
Kaylee Whalen up at bat now. Ball gets away. And moving up to second base is Nagel.
Ball clanked off of the shin guards of the catcher.
Comes the 1-0 pitch from Bracken to Whalen. Hit on the ground. Obados over to first for the out. 2 away. Moving up to third is Nagel. And that brings in Bailey Adolph, who is 0 for 2 on the day, reached on an error in the third. First pitch, outside, ball 1. On the ground, foul, kick save. Sterling, third base coach.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Got to get at least one hockey reference per broadcast. That's a requirement.
It's Pam filling in over there for Coach Talent, who, Coach Talent, if you didn't know, is 8 months pregnant. So she has now been restricted to dugout duty by her mother.
Yep, she's seen her last game in the third base coaching box. It's over for the season.
And she looks thrilled about it.
Caged
You can
animal.
tell.
Yeah, she's a caged animal over there.
Adolph loops one into left field, and that's going to drop for a base hit and an RBI for Bailey Adolph. 9-2 Sterling.
Well, when you're winning and things are going right, these are the types of balls that just find that open area of the field.
Brings up Trish Quinn now, who's batting for Angel Benjamin. Fouls the first pitch away.
And guys, in the last 2 games, you talk about these guys getting ready for the playoffs. One thing I'm impressed with them is, as a team, how they run the bases. They do a good job doing the little things, and you know, Dan, from coaching baseball, that you need your kids to, you're going to wave them or give them signals, but you need them to react and read things properly. It's kind of a meet you halfway type of thing, and it's decided games and tight games, and it's good to see them having that aspect of their game going well, especially as you approach the playoffs.
Quinn fouls one off again, 1-2 to Trish Quinn. In for relief for Angel Benjamin.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
I have a post-game show with players from both teams at the conclusion of this game.
Good ball.
Foul back out of play again. The count will hold at 1-2.
And that's that outside pitch that's not a strike, but it's been called, and as a hitter, you've got to adjust. You have to swing at it, where you normally in some situations wouldn't. You'd let it go.
Pitch is low for 2-2 to Trish Quinn.
And you talk about little things. That's where you want the kids talking in the dugout, saying, hey, the ump is given off the plate, and
Quinn hits one in the air to left center field, giving chase and making the catch is Murtaugh to end the inning. 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 error, and they leave 1 stranded. Head to the top of the 7th, 9-2 Sterling.
well, for some of the issues that they had in the infield, for the most part, the outfield play at Gateway has been pretty good. We mentioned how well they play in center, and you see left fielder coming over here, making the play.
I have to commend you, Mr. Strauss. That is an impeccable scorecard.
Thank you.
Very neat.
Thank you very much. I pride myself. That's the stuff that doesn't usually get shown on the broadcast, is the niceness, the neatness. my scorecard.
You would get an A from the nuns in Catholic school. And anybody who's ever went to Catholic grade school knows
Sister
exactly
Mary
what
Margaret.
knows exactly what I'm talking about.
I wonder what Coach Coach Johnson's.
Yeah, get it right, man.
I know it's only been how long?
handwriting looks like.
Yeah,
I don't think it's
I
as
want to
good
know what
as
her
yours.
scorecard looks like.
Well, I
You think
noticed-
who's
a
keeping the
guess.
score? Who's keeping the scorecard there? You think?
I did notice once of it. They have somebody keeping a book, and they also have somebody with an iPad doing it electronically. So I don't know whether they like flip a
And that's-
coin and see.
And that's your
which
job
one's
with the
better.
baseball team doing it electronically. How difficult is that on those, especially on the plays that are like rundowns or something like that? What's
It's
the learning
really-
curve like?
The first season was a little bit weird. Well, I wouldn't even see it the first season. Maybe the first week or two. But what I did is I went. It was the Phillies preseason game. I just sat at home with it and scored the Phillies game so I could get used to the speed of it. But once you find all of where everything is, I would never want to go back. I mean, I never had to do the stats manually like the head coaches had to do. But these new apps that are out, and we use Game Changer, does all the stats for you instantly.
Yeah.
Gives you charts and spray charts and everything in game that you can just check what batters did in the past.
Game Changer is awesome. I agree. That's one of those great uses of technology.
On the ground, back to Quinn, bobbles it momentarily, and then fires over to Edmonds for the first out. 1-3 on the putout, one away as Palmer goes down. That's going to bring up Alyssa Carpo. 0 for 1 with a pair of walks and a strikeout.
And Dan, you talk about fundamentals. If she just put one hand down, it probably would have went off the heel of her glove and went past her. But there's where using the alligator, bringing the other hand down, helped her get a handle on that one and get the put out.
Swung on late by Carpo as Trish Quinn blows one past her. 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on, hit in the air, right at Hannah Ochenegro. Slow roller and an underhand throw. 4-3 on the putout, 2 down.
Trish Quinn really attacking that outside part of the plate, not giving the hitter much to really drive there. And that goes back to really being on top of the game, following the game when you're the dugout. Of course, Quinn came in late, but just getting the feel and knowing that the outside part of the plate or even off the plate is the area she wanted to attack if she had gotten in the game.
Last chance for Gateway. It's going to be up to Kristen Frias-Papa as that one came right near your living room. 0-1 to Frias-Papa. The pitch from Quinn. Hit in the air right at Nagel. Goes underneath her glove and into center field.
Give her a hit on that, but again, that's something I think Marissa should have gotten to.
Take a look at it again here. At the very last second, scoops right underneath her glove. I think it would have been a tough play for her either way.
Got to lay out on that. I'll tell her tomorrow in first block.
Clayton, the third baseman.
I'm an
up to
equal
bat now.
opportunity, man. I tell the guys when they don't do it right, I'll tell the girls too.
1 for 3 with an RBI single and a pair of strikeouts to her credit this afternoon. The 0-1 pitch. Again, same pitch, same result, 0-2. And Trish Quinn ahead of Clayton, and Gateway's down there to the final strike.
Nice job by Trish Quinn coming in here and just doing what she has to do to close this one out.
The 0-2. Swung on and missed to end the game. And that's going to do it. Sterling's going to win this one 9-2. And they avenged the loss from yesterday against Audubon. They're right back on the winning track there, Schulze.
Well, did what they had to do. There were times when Angel Benjamin had command issues, but really worked hard to get her way out of them, and was a big part of them coming away with a big win here over a tough Gateway team.
Your final score, Sterling 9, Gateway 2. We'll be back with the post-game show with interviews from both players, on both sides, rather. We'll be back right after this.